Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I've had some requests to do this video. I didn't realise people had much of an interest in it, but today I'm going to be talking about my teeth. I've had some questions about it, I've answered some, but I thought I'd go in more detail just by making a video. So yes, I'm going to talk about my teeth. Basically, I'll start when I was younger. I was always quite good when I was younger. I brushed my teeth every morning, every afternoon. I didn't floss when I was a child. I've only flossed as a grown up now. I had nothing wrong with my teeth whatsoever. And then when I was a teenager, I had braces. I had an overbite, so I had to have, or an underbite, one of those, where I had to have a removable brace in. So it was one of those where it was just at the top, and I had to have that in for about 6 months. But before I got my braces put in, and my removable braces, I had to have 4 teeth taken out. Now usually when you get your teeth taken out for braces, you tend to have 2 done and then 2 done a couple of weeks later. My dentists were actually on holiday the 2 weeks after, so I had 4 taken out all in one go. It was a bit crazy. So I had like my back ones, I can remember, I don't know which the Wisdoms or the one next to it or whatever, but I remember it being my back ones. And we went shopping straight afterwards, and I was just walking around the shop with these big things in my mouth. I had them taken off a couple of years later. I think I only had the removable brace for about 6 months, and then I had my normal braces on for 2 years. I had them taken off when I was about 15, 16, around about that age. I think I was about 15 when I had them taken off. I had no problems with my teeth whatsoever. I always was quite good. I went to the dentist every 6 months like a normal child would, and I cleaned my teeth like a normal child would. Then when I hit, it was when I got my first pregnancy with Lucas, which was about 9 years ago. I had, my wisdom tooth hadn't grown in properly, and it kept getting infected. And obviously I didn't realise, but when you're pregnant, they always say, the midwives say, go to the dentist, and I didn't understand why, but now I understand, because your teeth aren't as well protected when you're pregnant. But it was really bad. I couldn't open my mouth or nothing, so I had that. I can remember I just used to eat mashed potatoes and spaghetti hoops because they're the only things I could eat, because I couldn't open my mouth much because it hurt, but then I couldn't really chew anything. So yes, that was the first problem that I had, but because I was pregnant at the time, there's nothing they could do about it, and I just had to gargle salt water because I wasn't allowed to take like pain meds or antibiotics or anything for it. But it was fine after a bit. The reason that it bothered me is because my wisdom tooth only half came through, where there was like a layer of gum still over it, and what kept happening is things kept getting stuck between my tooth and my gum, and then it kept on irritating it, and that's pretty much how I got an infection. So that was about 9 years ago. I had no problems whatsoever. I had my first fill-in done just before I was pregnant with Ava, and I was 4. So I had my first fill-in done around about 5 years ago, and it was before I got pregnant. It was just my second to back molar on this side, and no problems with it whatsoever. I just got told, oh, you need a fill-in. So at that point I would have been 23. So I had my first fill-in done at 23, which I think is quite good. That is really good, having your first fill-in done at 23. And no problems whatsoever. But when I got pregnant with my daughter, it got infected, same, and they refilled it. They had to take it out, they had to take the filling out, put this like fabric paper stuff in. It tasted like aniseed. It was disgusting. To kind of calm it down, to put a temporary filling on top, and then they had to then a week or 2 later take that out and put a white filling in, because they wouldn't use a silver one when I was pregnant. Yeah, that was then. I got the filling redone when, like, a year later or a few months later. And then about 2 to 3 years ago, it was over 2 years, we've been living in this house for 2, and it was when I was living in my old house. Again, I'd go to the dentist every 6 months, and I went then to get basically my teeth checked. They said that I needed another fill-in. I think it was 1, 2, It was either 1 or 2 fillings I needed to get done, and yeah, they basically did 1 up here and then I think 1 was down here. 3 years, about 2.5 years ago, it would be 3 years in this summer, because I was in my old house. So my daughter would be a year old. I went in and I needed 2 fillings done, 1 up here and 1 down here. She then questioned me and asked what my diet was like, and at that point I was on Slimming World. So yes, you can have some treats and some chocolate, but it's not really, you can't have lots because of your 10 sins. So she asked me if I ate lots of like chocolate and sugary stuff, and I was like, no, not really. And then she asked if I eat a lot of like oranges, and I was like, yes, I love oranges. And at that point she told me to stop eating as many oranges, and I was like, well, I don't eat that many anyway. Basically she says, from the looks of my teeth are decaying a lot faster than normal. My gums are receding, and yeah, I'm basically getting the starts of gum disease. She just said that I'd have to obviously keep on top of the brushing and make sure I brush harder, brush my gums and floss. So yes, I had my two fillings done, and the top one here, it was obviously I've only had 1 filling before, so I had to have 2 done at the same time, and this top one here, I did not like it because it just makes your face horrible. And I think because I was in shock of being told I had gum disease, because the first thing that came into my mind was my grandma had gum disease, and she had all of her teeth taken out when she was in the late 20s, early 30s, and it panicked me. I'm like, am I going to lose all my teeth? And I was like, it's not like years and years ago where if you've got gum disease they will take out all your teeth. They said, don't work that way no more. They said how it works is that they will take a tooth out when it needs coming out, but it means that I probably will lose my teeth at some point, like all of them. And obviously I was in shock. I can remember I had my sunglasses on because it's nice and sunny. I got in the car and just broke down, and then I got home and walked in, and the other half was like, you okay? And then I just completely broke down. I'm like, I'm gonna lose all my teeth. I says, my grandma lost all of her teeth when she was a little bit older than me, and I said, and I'm not. I said, I'm gonna lose all my teeth. And that is the one thing that I fear now. I fear of losing all my teeth, but it's not, I don't mind having the dentures because I had braces which are similar to it, like holding it and had that bridge on underneath on your top. But I think I'm going to find it really difficult when I first see myself with no teeth. I think that's going to be the most difficult thing. The dentures and stuff, you get nice shiny straight teeth, which is absolutely great, and nice white ones, but actually seeing myself with no teeth, I think that's going to be the most difficult part. I got told almost 3 years ago that I had the starts of gum disease. So yeah, they gave me things that I needed to do and continued to go back every 6 months. So I went back again 6 months later, and basically I was with my kids at that point. My kids go with me, they started coming with me, and yeah, I basically got told that I need some more fillings. I got told that I needed 3 more fillings actually within the space of 6 months, and they basically said that obviously what I'm doing now is not working, and I need to start obviously thinking about changing lots of things to basically help. They said that gum disease is coming and I've got the starts of it, but I can prolong it the more I look after my teeth and the more that I do for it. So yes, I had to then make another appointment because I couldn't get my, well, I didn't want to get my teeth done in front of my kids. I didn't want them to see that, and obviously I can't really look after a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, 1-year-old and a 4-year-old when, you know, I'm getting my teeth drilled and stuff and I can't move. So I went back a week later, and she said I found another filling. So in the space of a week it went from 3 fillings to 4. But the filling that I first had years and years ago, that one I'm telling you about at the back here, it was so deep that my nerve got hit. She basically says to me, you can have a root canal, but you're going to lose your teeth anyway. She says, so it's completely up to me, but they said that she didn't want to go through the hassle with me with giving me a root canal and then possibly need it taken out anyway in the next few months. So she gave me the percentage of the likelihood of it working and doing like what it needs to do, and it was quite low. So, well, it was I think it was like an 80-something% chance that it wouldn't work, or that I'd need it out soon anyway. So I just says to her, it was my last molar, so I had my wisdom tooth and my molar. I was on the surgical list as well to get my molar cut out at that point, but because I get so much like anxiety, I got put on the longer waiting list where you have to actually be knocked out. So the one next to it then got removed because, like I said, she hit my nerve, and then I got 3 other fillings. So I was feeling sorry for myself because I had 3 fillings and a tooth removal at once, and yes, it wasn't a very good time. But because the space of a couple of months and I had that tooth out, it meant that my wisdom tooth actually came through, and I did not need it surgically removing. But the amount of infections that I did get with it, and because stuff stuck between my tooth and my gum, that one then needed taking out. So I had that one taken out a couple of months later, and then I had an issue with that one where it wouldn't actually heal properly. There was always a hole there, so I had to have this certain stuff. It was like the stuff that I had in my filling, this aniseed stuff that would just get shoved in the hole, and it ended up healing anyway after a bit. And yeah, I can't really remember any other fillings and things like that because I've had a lot of fillings, and I had to actually go in before my dentist actually said that last time when I had like 3 fillings done and my tooth taken out, she said obviously it's a lot more serious, so she wants to see me every 3 months. So I had to go every 3 months, but I was not lasting 3 months. After about a month I'd be in pain somewhere again, so then I had to go in and get something either filled again or taken out and refilled or something sorted. And yeah, so we went through a lot of things. At this point I was flossing and obviously brushing my teeth. She then told me that I needed to brush my teeth after every single meal, so I had to do that for a bit. But then I changed my toothpaste. It was the one I use is a Colgate Sensitive Foam, so it reaches more places because it foams up. It's also got a whitening one in there as well, because she told me to avoid whitening and told me to get Sensitive. She says because Sensitive will help build, you know, the stuff back up so they don't get damaged as easily. So yeah, I started using that one and I loved it. I love that toothpaste. I actually went and bought some more toothpaste the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and I bought the wrong one, and I was like, I can't use it, because even though I kind of hate that one, but the foaming toothpaste actually made my teeth so squeaky that when I brushed my teeth and put my teeth together, it just squeaked, and I didn't like it, but at least I know they were clean. But then when I used this other toothpaste, it tasted like peppermint, I didn't like it. I didn't feel like they were brushing my teeth properly, so I had to then go back to the Colgate Sensitive foaming one. Right, that's pretty much my story. Like I said, I've got a lot of other things happening with my teeth, but I'll go into my teeth, like how many fillings I've got, how many fillings I don't have, teeth being taken out and whatnot. At the minute, not including the ones I had taken out for braces when I was younger, I have 3 teeth missing. I have the ones I already spoke about, the molar here, and then the one next to it, so I have a big gap at the end there. But then I also had this one up here taken out as well. I have quite big fillings. The one back here, that is practically the whole tooth. I'm not going to show you pictures because I find that a bit gross. But the one at the back here is actually a whole filling. I have a bit on probably like one side that is done and a little bit on the other, and then it's just pretty much a filling in the shell of a tooth, barely any tooth there whatsoever. I had to have one of those kind of like cap things screwed in, and then they filled it and then they like set it in and had to remove it. So yeah, that one, they says to me when I first had it done that if that one needs refilling again, they're not going to refill it because they're just going to take it out, because there's no way that they can get it all out without catching a nerve. So they said that they're just going to remove it. That one as well, I was having some trouble. I can remember when I first had it filled, it was Christmas time. It was just when I had this tooth out, and then I had this filling done here, so I had my wisdom tooth out and then this wisdom tooth filled, and I went in again and I was having a lot of problems with it because a lot of it was filling and not much tooth. What I think it was is I thought it was getting infected, but it wasn't. It was like a little bit of tooth that hadn't been sanded down properly, and it was like irritating my tongue and then going into my, like, yeah, digging into my jaw kind of thing. So he basically said when I went back in, because I had to see like an emergency dentist at my dentist, they said, let me do this because I think it's this that's causing it, but if it is obviously causing you as much trouble after that, we're gonna have to take it out because obviously they can't refill it. And they said that if that would be the case, I'll be drinking my Christmas dinner through a straw. That was not the Christmas just gone, it was the Christmas previous to that. I got told, obviously I got gum disease, what, 3 years ago, but it was in the space of like 2 years to 18 months that I've had most of my work done. But now I'm actually back to 6 months appointments. Now my teeth are getting better. They're not like repairing themselves obviously, but they're getting where they don't need doing as much. I've actually not had any new fillings. I last went to the dentist a few weeks ago and I didn't need any new fillings, and he just needed one replacing. But it is a bit of an awkward one because it's a joint filling, because I had a problem with my first molar, and because there was a hole in the side of it, it was the top, but then obviously in between the teeth, and what kept happening is food kept getting stuck there, and then I kept having a throbbing sensation. And they said the only way, there's 2 ways that they can fix that, and they showed me the little kind of like flossing sticks, but they're like the metal sticks. They kind of look like toilet brushes or kind of like bottle brushes, but they're small, and you use that between your teeth. And they basically said whenever time I got food stuck to use that. So I started using that, and it basically happened multiple times a day, and I was like, I can't sit there eating a meal, then I have a throbbing sensation, and then I've got to go to the bathroom and sort my teeth out. I'm like, I can't deal with that. So the second option, which I went for after a few weeks, is to then drill some of the tooth out next to it and join it together with a filling. So I had that done, and I can say that I never ever got another bit stuck there ever again, and it's amazing. It didn't bother me at all. So that's the filling that I had to get redone. I had to get the double run redone. How my teeth are, what I've actually got done to them at the minute. I've had several fillings. I can't tell you how many times I've actually had fillings, because I've had some replaced numerous times. I've had temporary fillings. So I'm going to just show you, well, not show you, I'm going to tell you how many fillings I have now. So I'm missing 3 teeth, 1 normal tooth and 2 wisdom teeth. I then have got 6 fillings on my molars. That means only 3 of my molars don't have fillings, but they are starting to have cavities. So one of my molars here has got a little black hole on it, which I know needs doing. One down here, which actually doesn't have a filling, where your tooth kind of bends, that bit there, it's got a black line down it, so that one needs a filling. And the worst of all, which I've been absolutely dreading to get done, but I know I'm going to have to get them done at Sunday, is my front teeth. This one here has got a tiny little brown hole, so it's not black, it's brown, but it is a hole because I can feel it when I rub my finger against it. I can sometimes, like the one I had at back, you can feel it cracking when you go near the hole. So that one I'm not looking forward to having done. And then I also have one here, which is a little brown one, but it's not as deep as this one. So yeah, there's 4 that I know that need doing now. So yes, I'm dreading that because the front ones, fillings on your front teeth. My silver fillings look hideous. To me they look like grey and green and they're horrible. So when I do get them fillings done on my front 2 teeth, I think, like I said, that the front one there and then the one next to the front one there, hopefully they can use the white, because when I had a white filling when I was pregnant they could not see it. So when I do get them sorted, I want a white filling with those. So I probably will be getting a white one, and if they need redoing, then that happens. And then if I end up losing one of my front teeth, obviously I'll get a replacement denture. I am wanting the twisty teeth, but where you screw them in, but I don't know if my gums can hack that. I haven't really spoken about it to the dentist yet. I'll come around when that happens. I'll speak about when that happens, but yeah, I want the screw-in ones if my gums allow it. but they're about £300 per tooth. So if I can afford it, I will get it. But if I lose like 2 teeth at the same time, then, you know, I can get dentures for it. We get a removable denture and it's just the 1 tooth on there. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But like says my grandma, I am now 28. My grandma was pretty similar to my age when she had them all taken out. Like, you know, things are a lot different now than they were back then. But I'm gonna find that day when I have to look at myself in the mirror with no teeth in very difficult. I think it depends as well, because if I lose like a couple of my front teeth, have a denture, and then maybe lose another one, and then they add it onto my denture or whatever, get another new denture, and if it happens like that, I don't think it will be as difficult. But if I go in and I've got like, they remove just all my teeth in one go, I think that'll be really hard. But like I said, they're going to remove when they need to be removed. So yeah, when that one gets taken out, it'll get dentures, and then yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice slow process. But I wish it wouldn't happen at all. My mum's in her late 50s, and I've got more work done than what she has. She's got 1 tooth out, the first tooth out, and that's because he had a crown and got infected and had to take it out. And then she's got a couple of fillings. I've gone, yeah, basically my teeth are more destroyed than my mum's. My mum smokes as well, I don't. But it just shows, don't it, that, I mean, me and my sister-in-law was talking about it the other day, that you go to somebody that never ever looked after the teeth. Like, she wasn't brought up to look after her teeth very well. And she's only got like the 1 or 2 fillings. And then you look at me, who got brought up to clean after your teeth, go to the dentist every 6 months. And now obviously I'm having the issue with gum disease. So it just goes to show that it doesn't really matter how well you take care of your teeth. Well, it does, because you're gonna prolong it. But yeah, that for someone that looked after the teeth forever, that's still having issues like this, but it's genetic, so thanks, Grandma. I've had a few questions as well asking about, hi, my teeth look so good. They're all my back teeth. So if I open my mouth wide, which I'm not going to do, you will see the fillings. But at the minute, and like I said, the little holes up here you can't really see because of my gum. My top lip is covering it. But yeah, my teeth look okay from the front. You would not know that I've got gum disease and I'm losing all my teeth, but I am. And I'm assuming the next few years you probably would notice, unless obviously I get my dentures and stuff like that. So yes, if they've got any more questions about my teeth, I mean, I didn't realise people were so interested in that, then please pop down a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If I've not answered any particular questions, just let me know. But I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. I'm a mum of 2, Andrew and Ava, and I upload videos on a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Saturday at 6 PM. I upload videos to do with everything, basically. Motherhood, lifestyle, fashion, beauty, hauls, hacks. Apparently now my teeth. So if it's something you're interested in watching, please don't forget to subscribe. But I hope you have an amazing rest of the day and I'll see you all soon. Bye.